Today I'm going to show you how to create an email opt-in form even if you have no technical experience. I recently used this method to create this lead capture exit pop-up. By the end of this video, you'll see the exact steps needed to get your opt-in form on your website in minutes, not hours. I'm Brian from Software Finder, and in this video I'm going to show you how to create a beautiful opt-in form with MailOptin. Step 1, we need to download and install MailOptin. So on the Software Finder website, you can click the download link, and that will take you over to the MailOptin website. Okay, we can click download, and this will download the free version. I must point out that the free version does have a few limitations, whereas you can go ahead and go with a pro version if you choose. So here we go, we can go with a free version and basically download it and then get started. Alternatively, from our WordPress dashboard, we can actually search MailOptin, and I'm going to go ahead and do that now. So we want to head over to the plugins tab, click add new. If you've downloaded the plugin from the MailOptin site, you want to click upload. Alternatively, as I said, you can go ahead and search MailOptin. And there we have it. I've already got it installed and activated, but then you'd want to click install and then click activate. And that's it for step 1. Step 2, we want to go ahead and configure the plugin. So if you've already got an email provider like MailChimp, ActiveCampaign, or Aweber, you name it, then we want to go ahead and connect our email provider. Please note that this step's optional, as the plugin allows you to store your leads in your local WP install. So let's head over back to our dashboard. Okay, so I've got the plugin installed and activated here. So the first thing we want to do is we want to click on connection if you want to connect your mailing provider to the plugin. And then here you can see you can connect to MailChimp, Sendy, Constant Contact, Aweber, and so on. There's a few here. And they've got documentations and how you can set up each of these email provider. So I won't go through it here. And that's it for step 2, pretty straightforward. Step 3, which is the final step, we want to go ahead and create our first campaign, and I'm going to walk through how we'd go about doing so just now. So let's head back over to our dashboard again. Okay, so once you've set up your email provider, then we want to click on opt-in campaign here, or we can click on it here as well. Okay, so I've already tested this out and I've created a few, and in this example I'm going to create an exit pop-up. So when a visitor is about to leave your site, like so, they'll get a message which will bribe them basically to opt in to whatever it is you're offering. Okay, so you'd want to click on add new. I'm going to open this in a new tab. So here we can create a lightbox, in post, widget, sidebar, notification bar, or sliding. It's up to you whichever one you go with, but for this example I'm just going to be creating a simple lightbox. Okay, and I want to keep things really simple, so I'm going to click on this bare metal form. So the first thing we want to do is we want to name it. You can name it whatever you want, so I'm just going to name this. Okay, so I've named the exit offer. Then we want to select the theme. Okay, so we're going to click on design. Then you can change the background color. As you can see, it's changing there. You can also change the border color as well if you like. You can see it's changing, and if you know a bit of CSS, you can go ahead and add lots of different styling to it. Okay, so that's it for the background and so on. For the headline, I'm gonna write something like, yeah, that looks good. And because I've already created an opt-in form, I'm simply just copying and pasting over the information here. But you can go ahead and enter it in manually. You have the option to change the font size and so on, and also the color. But again, I've already created an opt-in form, so I'm just copying and pasting over the information. So again, we can move on to the description. So here, as you can see, we'll write and it's editing here. But once again, I'm going to paste in the information I've already written. Okay. And then note, this bit's optional as well. Something about we promise never to spam you. I think in this day and age, that message is not really needed. So I'm going to go ahead and actually just remove it, because we shouldn't be spamming anyone anyway. So you don't want to put that thought in their mind in the first place. So that's the reason why I'm removing it. And also, I don't want to, it'd be nice to know the subscriber's name, but each extra field you put in place for the user to fill in, you're going to get less results basically. So I'm going to go ahead and remove the name field here. Their email address is just fine, because we can go ahead and find out their name later on. So we just want to make it as easy as possible for them to opt in. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that field. Okay. So here it says hide name field. So let's just check that. And there you go, it's gone. Just their email address. And again, enter your email address here. I'm going to change it to something like, what's your best email? Question mark. Okay, that looks good. And the same thing for the subscribe. Can add whatever you want. You can put download now, etc. But I'm gonna be a bit more creative and just write count me in. Okay. And again, you can change the font and so on. I'll leave you to play around with those options. And I think that's pretty much it. Okay, we've got a couple other extra options here. We can hide the close button if you like, which is this, which I don't really recommend. I'm guessing that'll probably annoy some of your users. So I'm going to leave that unticked. Let's see what else we got. So we can remove the branding. Okay, whilst that's loading, I'm going to move on. So integration. So if you want to store your email address locally, you want to tick this option here. Otherwise, you just go ahead and select the email provider in which you set up. In this case, I haven't set up any, so there isn't an option here. But you'd want to go ahead and do that. And then after conversion, basically lets you choose what happens after someone subscribes to your email list. So you might want to display them a simple message, or you might actually want to redirect them to a thank you page or some offer that you set up. It's totally up to you. And that's it for that. We've got the display rule. So here, as we said in the introduction of this video, that we're going to create an exit intent. So we're going to click on that. And then we'd go ahead and activate this rule. So the pop-up would only show when someone's about to exit your website. Okay. Here we've got a ton of other options. Again, you can go ahead and explore it and also check out the documentation. And then lastly, we've got the effects. Okay, so we can have the opt-in form bounce in, but for some reason it's not refreshing. So let's go ahead and save and let's see if it shows up. Okay, it's not showing up, so I'm going to close it off. We've already saved it. Okay, then I'm going to click on it again. Okay, excellent. So did you see how it kind of bounced in then? That's because we set the effect to bounce. If we set it to flash, as you can see it's flashing. That looks kind of annoying. That looks alright, so I'm going to leave it like that. And just to finish off the design, I'm going to customize the width of the opt-in form. So again, I'm going to go on design here. And I also want to change the background color and also the border color as well. I've already got a few predefined styling that I've already done. So I'm going to go ahead and just copy and paste it in. Okay, so that looks loads better, doesn't it? It's more congruent. And the border as well, that looks not as nice, so we make it the same, and that looks great. Then the last thing I'm gonna do, because I know a bit of CSS, is here it's telling me to edit this form. If I use this code here, I'm just gonna set the max width to 450 pixel because I think it looks a lot neater. Okay, and that looks really good. So I'm gonna go ahead and save the changes. Okay, and I want to make this live, so I'm gonna go ahead and click active. Okay, and then if I go on the home page of this testing site that I've created, right, so currently the exit intent isn't working, and it's because we need to head back over here and go over to the display rules, and then if we click on quick launch, we can go ahead and load it globally, and then we can choose to which visitors we should show this opt-in form to. There's lots of other targeting options here, like we can show it in a specific page or a category or post, etc. But I've go ahead and use the quick launch, or the quick setup, sorry, and loaded it globally. And if we save and refresh our page, then it should work. So I'm going to refresh this here. Okay, so say users read it or viewed the content, and then they're about to leave. Then they greeted with this offer, and then they can choose whether they want to go ahead and accept your offer. Click submit. And there we go, we've got a lead. Let's head back to our dashboard and see what that looks like. Okay, there we go. So as you can see, we've got 5 impressions and 1 conversion, right? So we can go ahead and look at the analytics. Okay, and there we can see a daily breakdown, and we can see our conversion rate and so on. And a lot of other useful information. So there's also this tab, which they've got called email automation. And you can basically create email campaigns here. So you can create email campaigns here. So for example, when you've created a new post, you might want to automatically send it to all your subscribers. However, if you've got big lists, then I'm not too sure whether I'd recommend sending out emails from your own hosting provider. As in the past for me anyway, my account got flagged for sending out too many emails. So I'd just stick to using your email provider basically for stuff like this. But it's a cool feature. If you haven't got that big of a list, I'm sure this will come in handy. If you like this video, then be sure to click the subscribe button. And for other free pop-up plugins alternative, visit a software finder and basically search pop-up plugins or newsletter plugins for other recommendations from users like yourself. And as you can see here, MailOptin has been voted as one of the best solutions out there. And lastly, let me know in the comments section below if you've got any questions regarding MailOptin or any other email plugin providers.